What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a guide for 10.2 Beastmastery Hunter. Uh, I'll say this at the start. This is all for speculation. Things can change in a matter of just a couple days. Builds, talents, even how good it is. Uh, but for what we know right now, I'm gonna try to talk through stats, races, talents, rotations, and some unique defensives and CCs that Hunter has for Mythic Plus. Firstly, we'll talk about what makes BM good. Firstly, BM is one of the most mobile ranged in the game. You can do your rotation on the move and not have to worry about losing any damage. Secondly, the mass AoE it has, uh, basically it's uncapped AoE, on top of having very good single target without having to lose much AoE, is an amazing kind of build. Some classes have to go full AoE, or some classes have to go full single target to even do good single target AoE. So the fact that BM Hunter is one of the classes that you don't feels really, really good. The one of the problems that Hunter has in general, I bet all hunters know out there, that we are just squishy. We don't have many good CDs, but if played correctly, it could survive. But that's like min-maxing keys up to like 34s and stuff. Like, I mean, eventually everyone dies, but we are definitely one of the squishiest. So firstly, we'll talk about stats. So for BM, our top stats crit, and then haste, then master, then verse. Literally just down the line, basically. We want crit to be, well, we want a haste cap at 30 at least. I have it at 33 just because it's the PTO. I have a little bit more haste than usual. Uh, then you want your crit as high as possible, along with your mastery up there. And I'm gonna play around with it more, but I want to try a mastery centered build just because of what kind of build we're rocking this patch. I want to see if mastery is even good to go for more of, instead of going for, let's say, like crit or a little bit less haste and go for mastery. But I'll get back onto you like that. I'll do another video during mid-season. Nextly, we'll talk about race. Uh, this is the PTR, and I chose Orc because I thought it was cool. But the best races for Alliance are Dwarf because of the crit damage it has, plus Stone Form just helps our survivability out a ton. And then Night Elf is the second race, for Shadow Meld and the extra haste slash dodge and crit that it gives. Uh, for Horde, it's between Tauren for the crit damage and the extra stun, or Orc for the extra attack power, and the added bonus that pets will do more damage. Which, since we're centered around a pet build, I chose Orc because I think it would be cool to have our pets do all the damage, and we do absolutely nothing. And I think that's the whole logistics that I want BM to be. I don't want BM to do damage other than from pets. I mean, it's a beast mastery. It's not, you know, marksman with pets. Next thing, we'll talk about talents. So there's, so I'll go over just the regular hunter, and then I'll go into the beast mastery. So as you can see, not a lot has changed from. I'm gonna put that back there. From marksmanship tree, class tree, in the top. I mean, because you want kill shot, post haste, you want your heal to go down lower, interrupt, misdirect, and a bunch of survivability stuff. instead of taking, like, let's say, instead of taking one in Pathfinder, we actually take one in Intimidation because we have a pet, which feels very, very good. That's an extra stun that we have. We can either take one out of like Natural Mending, put it in Improved Kill Shot. I don't use Kill Shot a lot as Beastmastery unless it's on bosses, but that's besides the point. But what the real change is at the bottom. So, firstly, we're gonna go Master Marksman. I just think that a little bit more damage from crits is awesome. Then Keen Eyesight and Death Chakram, kind of standard. You get more crit plus more damage from Death Chakram. Then we take Beastmaster. Pet damage increased by 6% when our pet is doing an insane amount of damage. What can you do? Then we take Improved Kill Command and Alpha Predator. Kill Command now has 2 charges. And then we take 1 Inserted Shots just to help the bleed damage from Master Marksman and our pet. So, now that we talked about the Hunter tree, we're talking about Beastmastery tree. So, it's standard at the front, at the top of it, Cobra Shot, Pack Tactics, Aspect of the Beast, Animal Companion, multi-shot to get Beast Cleave, to get Kill Cleave. That's our AoE. Barb Shot, Training Expert, Pet damage increased, Kill Command damage increased, which increases Kill Cleave. Bestial Wrath, Barbed Wrath, Stomp, War Order. It's kind of a standard build until we get to this part. So firstly, we're talking about Savagery. So if you watch my latest, not my latest video, but the one video before that, I talked about the changes in 10.2, what's coming in. So this talent changed. It was Aspect of the Wild, now it is Savagery. Kill command damage is increased by 10%. Barb shot lasts 2% longer. This talent, is way better than Aspect of the Wild was. Along with the tier set, helps a lot. Then Master Handler. Each time Barb Shot deals damage, the cooldown of Kill Command is reduced by 0.5 seconds, which is absolutely insane. Just the fact that, we're really looking to get as much kill commands and Barb Shots through the window of a Call to the Wild, which that goes on to my next thing. Call to the Wild spawns pets during this time, and it reduces the cooldown of Barb Shot and Kill Command by 50% every time it summons a new pet. And then lastly, for Mythic Plus, while Call of the Wild is active, your pets have the effects of Beast Cleave, and each time Call of the Wild summons a pet, all your pets stomp. This is why the mass AoE is insane. The fact that you can have like 5 to 7 pets just bestial cleaving, stomping is absolutely insane. So this is where the talents kind of change a little bit. You can, these Scent of Blood, you at least want either 1 or 2 points. I'll go over this build that I've been running. I went 2 in Scent of Blood, and then Piercing Fangs, which gives crit damage dealt, which is really good for a pet. Then Dire Command, put 2 in there. Dire Frenzy, also put 2 in there. I have also seen people run this build. You put 1 in Wild Call to try to get some more Barb Shot resets, since you're only having 1 from when you press Bestial Wrath. And then you get this, Dire Pact. Every 5 Dire Beast summons, the cooldown of Kill Command and gets reset, and reduces the focus cost and cooldown of Kill Command for the 8 seconds. I've seen both of these do insane damage. As you can tell, I did around 15 million here on the target dummy for a minute, and I did around 14, 15. I stopped a little earlier to try to get it about similar time on this time. They are very similar in damage. I think this one will be better on single target rather than AoE, but it does not change the playstyle too much other than when you get a wild call reset. So next off, we're going to talk about rotation. So we're not running Thrill of the Hunt anymore, but you still need to stack up your barb shots. On retail, I'll have my recoil to help me stack it. But you always want to try to keep the 3 charges going. So when you go, you could see your pet gets frenzy stacks, so it should get another frenzy stack. Attack speed increased. You want to keep that at 3 as much as possible. It should be up for 100% of the time at 3 stacks if played correctly, but if played like me, then it won't be, just cause, yeah. Alright, so going into a poll, I like to, first of all, multi-shot, then into barb shot, get them out there, barb shot again, multi-shot, Bestial Wrath, Death Chakram, then pull into Call of Wild, then barb shot, kill command, barb shot again, kill command, barb shot because it's about to get reset, kill command, barb shot, and trying to keep up Bestial Cleave too, and just keeping that up. And see, we already have another Bestial Wrath, and just look at how many pets are just there. It's absolutely insane. And the fun part about it is you can get a glyph to make sure all of your pets are from your stables, so all of the pets you collected in the past can be in the group of mass zoo animals. So as you can tell, a lot of your damage comes from just monkey and your beasts. There's my other pet here too. Uh, the rotation's fairly simple, people say, but keeping up above shot stacks can be difficult at times, especially without having Bestial Wrath or Call of the Wild up. Keeping up Beast Cleave is very, it's like keeping up a die. It's just you need to hit the button. Not that hard, but you can overlook it. But I think Hunter is in a good place. Next thing, we're gonna talk about some defensives that Hunter has to try to survive a key. So first of all, I'll talk about some of the defensives. First off, we have Camouflage, kind of a minor heal. Could help your healer when you're out of combat, let's say with like Grievous or something. I think we actually get taken out of stealth for Grievous. Well, I guess Grievous is no more, isn't it? Man, I'm old. But just to help you heal it outside of combat to heal up. Next thing we have Acceleration, just a heal to try to top off. Also heals your pet, which is very useful when your pet kind of takes aggro for some odd reason sometimes. I don't know, it happens to me sometimes. Those are heals. If you're playing with a Spirit Beast, which most of the time you should be, unless you need a Lust, you will have Fortitude of the Bear, which increases max health and pet health for 20% and instantly heals you for that amount, which is just gaining 20% max health. Like I have 800k as a 448. Like it's absolutely insane. Another thing Spirit Beasts have is Spirit Mend. I didn't get to talk about this with Hunter too, with Marksman too much, just because pets didn't matter. But Spirit Mend is a nice little heal for you. Sure, it's not a lot, but everything counts, right? So like putting that on someone else too, you could put on the healer, so he doesn't have to even worry about himself for a little bit. Everything can help. It's kind of fun to play around with Spirit Mend. Sadly, it's not as good. I think they should make it better just to have Beastmastery have that little tech. And I know they want healers to heal and DPS to DPS, but you have Shadow Priest. What else is there to say? Other defensive cooldowns. I want to first talk about Survival of the Fittest. Reduces all damage taken by you and your pet. But from you and your pet by 40% for 6 seconds. This is really good. I wish it was a lower cooldown. 2.4-minute cooldown's kind of harsh. I mean, we can try to reduce it, but then we don't get an additional 20%. So we only have 20%, which is kind of bad, but it is what it is. Uh, Another defensive we have is Turtle. Uh, we You all know, turtling stuff, taking no damage feels so good, but turtling stuff and taking damage feels awful. But, you know, you can immune some stuff, which is really, really good. You don't have to worry about it. Lastly, another little unique defensive is Feign Death. Just trying to bait a cast with Feign Death could be really, really useful if you have no kicks or you want to save kicks. It could be useful on bosses if they're targeting you with something that, you know, you won't survive. It won't target you anymore. Other unique things that Hunter brings that I would say are very, very useful for tanks and, other stuff. Biting a shot for the stunning and slowing them just to help the tank kite. Tar Trap is very helpful too, slowing the mobs. Sometimes looting if you take entrapment. Freezing Trap for Incorporeal, or you could take Scatter Shot for Incorporeal too, so you can literally just deal with it yourself. Flare only for a Tall Desire. There's the stealth mobs, kind of useful, but also kind of just there. As I said earlier, Intimidation, just a stun. Stuns are useful. And Trank's Shot removes an enrage and one magic effect. Also, you get focus from it, so hit it when you can. Last but not least, you get Hunter's Mark, which changed with the new patch. Uh, Hunter's Mark increases all damage dealt to the target above 80% health by 5%. This is amazing. I really like this change. It made Hunter feel like useful in raid, useful on the Galakrond boss fight in Dawn of the Infinite, Galakrond's Fall. The guy never drops below 80% health, and if he does, it's like 5-10%. So that 5% increased damage is going throughout the whole boss fight, and it's absolutely insane. And if there's any raid boss fight with that, it's gonna be best. They're gonna be so many. So that's my guide for 10.2 Hunter. Actually, we need to talk about embellishments. Blue Silken Lining, it's in my inventory. Gain Mastery while you're above 90% health. This is amazing for Beastmastery just because it's pet damage. Easy to get. Get yourself some of these. Trinkets, I found Augur of the Flame. Primal Flame is very good on single target. Can be good on AoE, but I've seen it really good on single target. And then Ashes of the Imbecile works very well with the Call of the Wild since it's a 2-minute cooldown. Some other trinkets I've seen work out pretty well. Fractured of Tomorrows works fairly well just because it's a stat stick. Pips is really good. I found that really good because it works with Bestial Wrath just every time. And that's about it. If you like what you watched, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And next thing we have is Survival Hunter. So can't wait for that. I'll be putting it up all these on the same day, probably with a couple hours in between just to, get some time off. But thanks for watching and peace.